Now, what I've done first of all, let's just cut this. Let's just cut this from black so you can see how well they cut. This is another thing. They are large panels, and if you're a crafter like me, the first thing you're going to think is, right, that's a large panel. How well is that going to cut? Honestly, cuts absolutely beautifully. Let me just turn my die cutting machine in so you can see there's no hocus pocus jiggery going on here. I'm going to use my CraftStash tape. This is the low tack tape. This is the one that comes 3 rolls, 1 dispenser, and is about £4.99, an absolute bargain. If you're ever looking for things to top up your basket so you don't have to pay that postage, which is £30 in the UK and $80 in the US. I must admit, I don't know about other countries. I'm assuming it's also $80, but you know, correct me if I'm wrong. I just know the US one, I apologise. Or on the US site anyway. There we go, without it all pinging forward and me having to walk around my desk to pick it up. Now look at all these pieces. They've already started coming out. Look, they're just falling out. Now the first thing I do is I go to the middle, because if it anywhere's not going to cut properly, it's going to be the centre of the die, isn't it? Look at that. It's all out. It's all coming out beautifully. There we go. Isn't that stunning? How quick was that? Now, because I've been tidying and hoovering, I'm going to put this straight into my bin and hope that nothing misses. Nope, all in there. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some ink blending. Now, I don't know about you, but I love to watch ink blending. So this is something I always leave for the demonstrations. I don't usually do this in advance because so many people just like to watch it. It's quite therapeutic to sit and watch. So my choice of colours are here. So they are the Twisted Citron in Distress Oxide, Salvage Patina and Quiche Flamingo. Quiche Flamingo. I always wonder if I'm actually saying that right. Rachel Dye says, I love these so much, they're gorgeous. Avril, yes, it's because it's Friday. I think it's Friday. I haven't got too much to do at the weekend. The one thing I thought I had to do, I don't now have to do. So kind of freed my weekend up. So yeah, I'm a happy bunny. I might go and get my car washed. I say get my car washed, I should really wash it myself, but you know, in this heat. Okay, so I'm going to start with Twisted Citron. And I'm going to put this on now. Each of these colours I'm going to overlap into another one. So make sure I do a nice big, slightly more than a third here. Okay, and then I'm going to do the Salvage Patina. But I may come back to each colour and help with the overlap and the blending if I need to. So this is a CraftStash blending ink mat, ink blending mat, I think it is. They come in a set of 2. So you get this one, which is kind of about A4 size. And then there's another one that's around about, I want to say 6 by 6 inch. It's a slightly smaller one. Great if you've only got a small area to do your ink blending. I have heat embossed on it with this underneath my work surface, which was silly of me. It has warped ever so slightly because of that, but it still works perfectly. And as you can see, it cleans up really well as well. So just going over there, that's not actually blended in too bad to the Twisted Citron, so I don't need to do any more of that. And then let's do the pink. Now the pink and the Quiche Flamingo and the Twisted Citron sometimes can look almost a little bit muddy. So what we're going to do is, we're going to do it anyway, because I love these 3 colours together. Look, we get a lovely purple where the blue is. And then we do get, it's almost an orange, but it's not quite a bright orange where the 2 of those join. It's not bad. It's not too horrendous, is it? And then let's just blend this one in. So what I'm going to do, because I'm not going to use the whole circle, I'm going to make sure that this part here, where I'm not such a big fan of the colour, is not a part that I use. So that's an option for you. So if you want to find all these items, everybody, by the way, literally everything that I'm using, just pop on to craftstash.co.uk. You'll see everything there. If you're not in the UK, that's craftstash.us. We also have a blog over there as well. So you've got your website, you've got all your offers and your deals, but you've got your website as well. So, sorry, your blog as well. So you can go and see, if you pop to the inspiration tab, that's where the blog posts are. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to lay this over whereabouts I want to do. There we go. Now just taking a look, because, so for example, where the curve of my circle is under here. I don't think you can see that very well. I'm just wondering what's the best way of you being able to see that. Probably not a lot better, but either way. There, so where the curve of the circle is, I just want to make sure that that's not fitting against the line of a leaf. The reason being, and it's just a tip for you that I discovered when I was doing it. For example, when I did this one, because the curve of the circle fit really perfectly with the edge of that leaf, it then looks as if there's just a missing spot. You kind of want to just sit in the middle of the leaves if that's the case, if it's running in the same direction. Hope that makes sense to everybody. So just move that, hopefully we'll get a little bit of that there. Let's take some tape. Just tape this down, now I'm happy with it. See that kind of orangey colour is just off the edge there. Okay, and let's run this one back through. I've got, this is from Crafter's Companion. I think it's a precision tip. I say it's from CraftStash, but it's the Crafter's Companion one. It's the precision tip glue applicator with some cosmic shimmer glue inside. So what I'm going to do is take a look at this and just add a little bit of glue to the excess, the bits that would leave behind. So that's all the bits that are between the leaves. Being careful not to put the glue, oh, there we go. Pop you back in, come on. Careful not to put the glue on the actual leaves at the moment. So this bit, it's better to take it slow and make sure that you're not putting glue where it shouldn't be. And we're only looking for a little bit, just enough to tack. If you put too much on here or too thick, it can take too long to catch, and you might end up lifting your die up in a moment and it completely going, lifting up. So are you still all with me? I haven't looked at the comments for just a moment. I hope they're all still there and okay. What's for lunch today? I love that question. Does anyone remember when I had a live with Helen Griffin and we didn't realise that while her video was playing, everybody could hear us, and it was, what are you going to have for lunch today when we're finished here then? Oh dear, never forget that. So I've got a piece of black cardstock. I'm just going to put the lid or the pin back in the top of this because, as I say, very hot today. Got the sun coming through. I'm just going to line this, the edge of this card up with the edge of the die and really press that down hard. I'm going to slide this off, turn that over, and then take my pokey tool. So yeah, everybody, what's for lunch? What are your Friday afternoon plans? Are you on a lunch break now? Do you have to go and work this afternoon? Are you getting ready? Are you going away for the weekend? It's lovely weather in the UK. A little bit cooler now. It's calmed down, hasn't it? It's not quite as full on heat as it was. Oh, it was lovely though. I got to top up my tan without even trying. There we go. I'm just popping my pokey tool through these gaps. These are the bits. These should be the bits that you've glued. Hopefully the bits between. Now, is that all of them? I think that's probably all of them. So gently, very gently peeling this off, just being sure. Okay, and then again, very gently, because you've not applied any glue to it, you should be able to lift off this piece. Just making sure I don't move anything I didn't want to move. Make sure everything, there we go. Now I did say about this little bit, little green bit, let's pop this back in. So that was, it goes around here. Now I can see the line where it needs to go. There we go. How pretty is that? And that is just the excess, because what we also now have is this coloured piece. Let's move my die cutting plates out the way. It is really pretty, isn't it? People saying cool, really cool. It is. I love doing that. Can you see what I mean? I did actually still manage to just catch that. It doesn't look so bad though, but you don't get the full circle effect along the edge of that leaf. It's not too bad though. And then this one will layer up just on top of your black one. So we'll just apply glue to this, and now it's up to you here whether you want to add this on with a slight offset, so you've got a slight black shadow, or whether you prefer to put it on completely, totally straight, totally lined up, and make sure that you don't see any of the black underneath. I think I'm going to do a slight shadow on this one. Really pretty colours. You can do this with any colours as well, if you want to just go for your reds and your yellows and your oranges, or blues and greens, or just green if you want to. Stick with the leaf theme. Probably a pair of tweezers is a good idea here if you want to keep your hands nice and clean. Let me see. Tweezers is the one thing I always lose. If you've ever heard me say, oh, I don't know where I put that, it'll be my tweezers. Oh, I can see them. That makes a change. And they're usually mucky with glue as well. There, let's pick this up. Okay, I'm just going to grip this end. Line this up. There we go. So that goes on there. So slight shadow. So I'm just going to bring it up and slightly to the left a little bit. And just pressing down a small section at a time. There we go. How cool. Now you can do this with absolutely any of those dies, any of the designs. So I'm going to use Let's Celebrate in white for this one, because I think the white will stand up really nicely. And I'm going to use, especially for you, on the black, the white on black for the other one. I'll just take my low tack tape because I don't know what I've done with the other bit, probably still on my die. I'm going to peel this back very carefully. Now when you're peeling back double-sided low tack tape, it still sometimes is very tacky. It's a good idea not to lift it upwards, but instead to peel it backwards, fold it back on itself and roll it back gently, and that usually helps release the paper a little bit gentler. There we go, and Let's Celebrate will go there. I will just stick them down with foam tape a little bit later and they will be finished.